Everybody, welcome to a special edition of Teaching Crypto Recovery Phase as Bitcoin enters about day 25 of negative price action. We had a huge dump over the weekend. We went down to 60K, but guess what? Hit that like, hit that subscribe bell notification. We're going to tell you why today. This is the best time actually to be in a bull market, and we're going to explain, and you might think we're crazy, but help us out, share, get us 2,000 subs as quickly as possible because the market will turn and you will want to be here every step of the way with us. MrFOMO, a lot of people are getting angry and upset that Bitcoin and the entire crypto space is struggling due to world concerns over the weekend. You saw it dip down to 60K. However, we're going to explain why this actually could be a good thing in the long run for this specific bull run. And I'm going to talk about that. But what was your reaction over the weekend when we took a nice little hit down to 60K?
I actually entered into some trades of altcoins. So for me, it was an opportunity. Obviously, you don't like to see what's happening in the Middle East between Iran and Israel and Palestine. Obviously, these are horrible events, and they always cause the markets to react negatively. We saw this when Russia invaded Ukraine, even back when they invaded Crimea, and so you're gonna see the market turn down when you have these huge geopolitical events. And like you said, it's an opportunity in price action, even though it's an ugly scene over there for us in the crypto market. It's an opportunity, and that's how we should treat it.
Well, here's the thing. We're sticking to crypto here. Bitcoin was technically overheated, all-time highs well before the halving. And, we were on pace probably to have a much shorter bull run, right? The reality is with 6 months of positive green action and going from 16, a little under 16K to 70, 73.5 during this bull run. You talked about the low to high. That was not something that could be sustainable. ETF, no ETF. You weren't going. People were calling for 400, 500, 600, 300,000 BTC. That probably was not realistic. That's the reality. Not for 2024, early 2025, 2028, different story. That's a long ways away. But for right now, you were a month ago probably looking at a cycle that was probably going to end either in early 2025 or possibly December of 2024. We talked about that was a possibility. Now, I think because of what's happened over the last 3.5 weeks, you're probably going to see a longer bull run, which is healthier. And the reality is, even though we hate it because it's this Friday, it'll be exactly 4 weeks of negative price action if Bitcoin does not rally to the low 70s, which doesn't look like it will as of right now, but we're only 4 days before the halving. Crazy things could happen. This is kind of the time where you're going to look back 3-4 months from now and be like, whoa, AOS was in the 60-cent range and now it's over $2. I could have gotten an ETH for a little around 3,000 and now it's $4,500 to $5,000. I could have, wait a minute, you're telling me I could have gotten Ocean well below $1? You're telling me I could have gotten Injective in the 20s and now it's in the 60s? And this doesn't happen overnight, right? Injective's not going to go from 25 to 60 in 24 hours. But if you zoom out and you look, this is the time to buy. A lot of people will feel like this is the worst time to be in, but this is the time to buy. That doesn't mean the bottom's in for this right now small bearish period that we're in, right? We could touch 60 again this week. It's possible. We could touch 59, maybe 58. I don't anticipate it, but it's possible. But right now, you look at the alts, and you think about it, you want to be selling when the market's doing well. You want to have Azios the next time it breaks into the $1.50 range, right? You want to have Ocean the next time it makes a move to $2. You want to have Solana when it gets back over 200. Right now, you get sold at 132. Right now, 132. Okay. Again, is it going to make you rich? Probably not. Right. But right now, some of the safer tokens, the slow movers, if you were going to buy something, this would be the time to do it. Now I'm more looking at the smaller alts myself, right? So we can talk about Muse barely 15 right now at a 7.7 million market cap. We can talk about Atlas Navi being at an amazing discount right now. I mean, there's so many to pick from, right? Atlas Navi right now, you can get it for market cap that is $15 million. And that's something, it would not shock me if October that was $150 million market cap at all. So again, opportunity is there, but you got to be patient. And patience sometimes is difficult because the people that are brand new, they may have bought a month ago, they're probably very angry. Some of them have left. Not a lot if they watch this show, but if you're brand new to the space and you bought in the 70s and now we're 3.5 weeks later and you got alts, let's say you got Injective in the high 40s or you got Engine in the 50s, and now you've seen your portfolio drop 40-50% in 3.5 weeks, and you're like, wait, this is a bull market, what's going on? The reality is up only exists in fantasy. Even the tiniest of caps, the ones that are everyone's calling for 100 to 200x, those are struggling. Okay, AI, real world tokens, everything's gone negative for a little bit here, but that doesn't mean that things won't recover. I mean, you saw for an instant, a 24-hour period, iOS went up 33%, just like that. Now it's retraced some of those gains, but I'm telling you right now, for entertainment purposes only, you get iOS token right now where it is, you're going to be happy 2 to 3 months from now. There's no doubt in my mind that this is not a bear market. We're still in a bull run. However, this is the time where a lot of people don't take advantage. And this is why you kind of have to sell during times where it's green, so you have the capital to come back in and buy now.
Yeah, and that's cards on the table. Muse was one of the ones that I entered into on Saturday. I didn't quite hit the bottom, so I had to DCA after a decent little lump sum investment. And so, for transparency purposes, yeah, Muse is one of the ones that I entered into, and that I'm hoping gets back over 20 here when BTC recovers. But remember, on top of that geopolitical news, you also had 1.5 billion in liquidations on longs for Bitcoin over the weekend. And so whenever you have that negative news that affects the market, you're also going to have liquidations on those leverage trades. So it could work in the opposite with shorts, but
Now,
coupled with that negative news, it's going to kill those longs. And so you saw kind of that perfect storm over the weekend, and it's still happening. I'm sure there was tons of liquidations yesterday as well.
now, I just did want to say this, and this is really important for our viewers. Bitcoin doesn't have to get to 73K for the alts to recover. If Bitcoin just goes sideways, and we're going to talk about this, I think you're going to see, like you saw a DeFi summer in the last bull run, you're going to see an AI, DePIN, real world assets summer coming up. So don't be sad that Bitcoin probably won't break 100K until this fall, until sometime in October. That's okay, or even November. That doesn't mean the alts won't run. I would be shocked if we got negative price action for the entire market for the rest of April, May, and June into early July. I just don't see it. That is worst case scenario, by the way. And if that does happen, there's still a tremendous amount of money to be made in the fall, because no, I don't think the bull run is over. I don't think we topped out at 73K. All right. If anyone is saying that, don't follow them. But at the same time, if anyone's telling you we're going to 5 to 600,000 K by December, they're probably lying to you too. That's the beauty of this show, is we kind of give it to you straight, whether you want to hear it or not. Yes, we'd love to get viewers, but we're not going to lie to you, because this is your time, this is your money, and it's very valuable. And we value all of you that tune in.
That's right. And we, to be honest with you, we talk to you about this. You get into the trades during these downtimes and you take profits. This is something that we never hide from you. We'll tell you when we plan on taking profits. As a matter of fact, when Muse gets back up into the 20s, I'm going to take profits on it. I'm not going to ride it to the 30s or to 200 or whatever else, because I just don't think that it's going to have that kind of momentum in the short term. Now,
Yeah.
will it eventually get there? Yeah, it'll get there, but I'm going to play that thing 100 times
Well,
before it does.
I think we also need to be honest with our viewers. There's just not enough money for all these tokens, especially some of the older ones, to get back to their all-time highs. And that's a reality. Like if you're a Cardano holder, I don't mean to just pick on Cardano. It seems like I do. Cardano might not make it to $3. It wouldn't shock me either way, honestly. I could see it going either way. I'm not trying to be wishy-washy. But yes, Cardano, when it gets hot, has an amazing 48 to 72 hours. It could 2x just like that. But also it could sit there for months and months and do nothing. And so XRP, Cardano, some of the old heads, there's no guarantee these are going back to all-time highs. That's just I'm not trying to scare anyone. The reality, there's so many new tokens, and new tokens are launching all the time. And I'm not even talking about all the meme coins. I'm talking about all these projects, whether it's AI, whether it's real world assets, whether it's DeepHead, whatever you want to, different layer one solutions, whatever you want to, whatever category you want to be in. There's not enough money for everything to do well at the same time. And that's one of the reasons why you want to be on this show is we like to do a lot of research.
And I wanted to speak to Tennessee's comment. Rune, as far as I understand it, is going to be better than ordinals. Ordinals jammed up the Bitcoin system. Rune, or the Rune protocol, apparently is going to be better at UTXO management. And from what I understand now, that's like Bitcoin change, like excess Bitcoin when you're trying to make, and it drives up the fees, which was what was jamming up the network. And so Rune does a better job of managing this. I'm not exactly sure how. I just kind of started reading about this last night and this morning. And so I'll get more information on that and we'll talk more about it. But I do see that as really, really, really positive, because ordinals was something that was positive, and there was kind of a mixed there was mixed feelings on that. A lot of people were upset with how much it jammed up the network. But I think that Rune, because it's not jamming it up, I hope that that's going to be I hope that's going to be positive for everybody.
Yeah, Tennessee, new coins have hungry developers and new improved ideas, and they have money. They have new money around them. I wanted to give you something right now. If you're looking for something and you are lucky enough to have some capital to get in, one coin that is still low, Spectre AI, $18.5 million market cap. You see what it's done this year, right? And over the past month, despite all the negativity, up 200%. This week it's down 26%. So this is kind of your shot here, not for entertainment purposes only. The yearly high is $3.45. Right now you're getting at 203. The circulating supply, 9.1 million. That's 91% of the supply, guys. And the market cap is 18.5. Now the volume's down a little bit, right? It's in the hundreds of thousands. But this is the type of token I easily could see getting to $160 million market cap, and that would put us around a 9x here. At the very least, you would think this is a $50 market cap token at 18.5, gives you a nice little over 2x. And this could happen if we do have an AI summer like anticipate. This could happen as early as June, maybe even earlier than that. And so this is something you could buy today for entertainment purposes only. In 5 to 6 weeks from now, be looking at a really juicy 2 to 3x, maybe much higher. Gives you the potential is much higher. But this is kind of, a lot of the AI tokens have taken off and have pretty significant market caps, even with the red day on Saturday. This is one you're getting under 20 million. Pretty easy to get as well. So I just wanted to point that out to our viewers. Again, we can't get into every single token that we mentioned. If we did, we wouldn't have our full-time jobs. But this is one I would pay attention to.
I absolutely would pay attention to this and any AI tokens. Like you mentioned briefly AI summer. That's something that we think, like DeFi summer for the last halving, we think AI summer is going to be a big deal. We think AI, not just this summer, but AI throughout the whole bull run is going to be the huge narrative, AI and big data. So I don't disagree with you. I think that this will stay strong and other AI tokens will stay strong even through dips like this, because they've already proven it. I mean, everything else was sailing. I mean, like I said, I had to keep DCAing on Muse as it kept falling on Saturday and Sunday, and a lot of these AI tokens held up their strength.
They're down, but they're not down 50, 60, 70%.
Right.
Right? And so again, if you're trying to maximize your return, because again, the bull runs don't last forever, right? Whether it's December 2024, whether it's April 2025, or I think best case is November 2025. If anyone's telling you this is going to last forever, they're lying to you guys. So you want to maximize, and these type of low caps that fit narratives, these are the ones that are going to probably give you the most return, most likely, right? There's always exceptions, right? So some people think Solana, for example, can go to 1,000. I don't see that. I think it's a slow riser, and it's great to have in your portfolio. But if you're expecting a 10x right now from Solana, you're probably just not being realistic. But at 130, it's a great buy, because when things recover, and it's, let's say Bitcoin does recover, I was expecting an upswing before the next big pullback, and we kind of just got a big, huge pullback kind of earlier than I expected, which is okay, right? But the reality is, this is the time to hold on to your Bitcoin, to hold on to your ETH. Don't sell Solana at 130. Don't sell. Even if you got in at 20 or 30, it's going back over 200. And I do anticipate Sol on the next leg up will make a run at 300. So, it's right now in the 130s, great opportunity. And in my opinion, we'll have to wait and see. I was wrong. I really did expect Bitcoin to make a push between the 70 and 80 range, and then we were going to have a pullback to 60. What happened was, it looks like our local top was in the low 70s there. We'll see what happens. Halving might bring some interesting price action. And I do, like I said, I don't expect this to last all summer. I really do not, and all spring. I don't expect Bitcoin to be down for months and months and months. But for now, this is the DCA. You buy now so you can sell later. And later could be in 1 week. It could be in 5 weeks. It could be in 6 weeks. It could be in 8 weeks. It could be in 2 months. It's impossible to know exactly. But just remember, we're in a bull run. And so when there's pullbacks, that is the opportunity. You don't buy when Bitcoin is at 100,000 and Solana is 305. That's not the time to buy. So just think about it that way.
We have Big Kahuna wants to know about the Binance Smart Chain ecosystem, given what we think about it, given their ongoing regulatory woes.
Well, there's going to be some opportunity. People internationally are still using Binance, and so right, BNB is still alive. I'm not necessarily going to go into that. There are a lot of scams and rug pulls in that ecosystem. However, there's also great opportunity. Go ahead.
And I liken it to XRP. There's going to be a time where they come out of this, and BNB is going to explode because of it. But you're going to see other tokens that are on their ecosystem explode once they get out on the other side of all these problems.
I mean, there's money to be made there. The issue is, be careful, because there are a lot of rug pulls on the Binance Smart system and the chain. So just be careful.
Guys, one thing I wanted to mention before, we kind of had another piece to this perfect storm over the weekend with taxes being due on Monday. You have a lot of people participating in what's called tax harvesting. And so they're selling a lot of their assets in order to prepare themselves for next year. I don't know why they do that at this point in the year. Maybe it's just on their minds. But I was talking to a friend who's a certified financial planner, and he was saying, for whatever reason, during April and May, you have loads of people, just because they've just done their taxes and they know what they need to do to prepare for next year, that go ahead and do some tax harvesting. So that's also what you're seeing, is you're seeing people doing some tax harvesting now in April and May. We call it the Halloween indicator. People say go away in May and stay away until October. That's just what they tell amateurs. Really, you sell sometime in April or May once you get that good pump, and then you look for opportunities all the way until September and October.
I'm gonna say, you're not gonna, if you're waiting to buy in October, you're gonna be late. You're gonna right again.
Right. And so that's kind of an amateur crime that they say.
Let's freeze the show. Sol is not going to be 130 in October.
Not a-
iOS network is not going to be in the 60s in October. So yeah, you can buy in October, but other people like us, hopefully, let's cross our fingers, will be selling. So just keep that in mind. For Mr. FOMO, this is AZcrypto. You guys have a wonderful day.
All right. See you later.
Hit that subscribe.